Okay. The other night I had made a video. My phone has been off because I accidentally left my charger for the last 2 days. So I made a video, and I had already talked about this in length. However, I'm going to have to go back and make it again in detail. On September the 12th, 2025, on the corner of Park and Hudson in downtown Oklahoma City, where the Oklahoma City Library is at the bus stop, in between 12:40 p.m. and 1:40 p.m. Remember me telling you in my video about their terrorist attack, the calling themselves judge. He is in the United States citizens court here in Oklahoma City. He is terrorist state, serving and raised up in their North American Indians reservation. Illegal entry into the United States. They sound like United States citizens. Spanish, Spaniard, Spain. They have their North American Indians accent. Terrorist gang member organization. The most violent, dangerous terrorist gang member organization on the entire earth. And they go around bragging about there being a terrorist gang member organization, and they have terrorist states, nations that they raise up in their reservation that have their accent serving them. Illegal entry into the United States. So what I wanted to tell you real quick, and then I'm gonna jump off here, and I have to start walking. I have to get somewhere. Calling himself a judge. He was sticking his tongue out like this, inside of his mouth, rolling it. They speak with their tongues, terrorist attacks. They're talking to those that are watching, terrorist gang members. He's not disabled. He doesn't have blood pressure problems. He's not mentally ill. They speak with their tongues. They make themselves look disgusting, or make it look like to some people that it's a disability, or that they're having a stroke. They're not. He was commanding attacks, a literal attack on us. Acts of terrorism, terrorist attacks. There are other ones that they stick their tongue outside of their mouth. They go like this. And then they apply pressure. They act like they're biting. They apply pressure. They're conspiring, planning terrorist attacks, acts of terrorism. They talk with their tongues to other terrorist states, terrorist gang members. They're commanding attacks. They're not autistic. They're not disabled. Those ones just look ugly. They use themselves, especially for those that are led by their feelings, that don't know what they're doing. And then they call them up. They watch them, and they call it monopolizing. They run right in and surround them, the so-called know-it-alls. And when they speak against us, citizens that know what the terrorist gang members, terrorist states that are attacking us here in the United States right now, that murdered the majority of United States citizens, when they get them to speak against us, they destroy at least 2 citizens, destroy nations, destroy the future citizen soldiers, is what they're doing, cutting the lines off. Because they expect us, they look at our laws and when they see that, they think that we're not warriors. We are. It's in my heart. Don't you ever say that I'm scared, because they've been saying that. We, the United States citizens and the United States citizens' allies, citizens of friendly foreign countries, the United States citizens allies, also the United States citizens are allies in the United States citizens allies. We don't feed terrorist gang members and terrorist gang member children, from the youngest to the oldest, to their great-grandchildren. We put them to death. This one, terrorist gang member pregnant. This one, theirs, on them. That one, on them. They already knew and know. Tell those women and men that when they find out, so-called unintentionally, they intentionally did it. One-time domestic international terrorism on their entire line. We're not going to ever allow terrorist gang members and terrorist gang member children or great-grandchildren. They're not called citizens. They have so many death penalties on their heads. They already know their children or great-grandchildren are not citizens. Ever. We're never going to allow them to multiply in our governments, meaning dual citizenship, marrying, coercing through vacationing, federal and international permanent law. My name is Amber Ray Lampkin, Sway Lampkin. Amber Ray Lampkin. A-M-B as in Bravo, E-R, Ray, R-A-E, Lampkin. L-A-M-B as in Bravo, K-I-N. I am a United States citizen. Please start telling other citizens what they're doing with their tongues. And that some of them, they're not beautiful in their looks. They use that also. The uglier they are and they get away with acts of terrorism, they get more power. The terrorist gang members I'm talking about. And their tongues conspiring and talking, speaking acts of terrorism and calling themselves disabled. They're not. They're talking to other terrorist states, terrorist gang members. Acts of terrorism, speaking acts of terrorism, terrorist acts, conspiring, planning. That's what conspiring means. Planning. Please start telling other citizens what they're doing with their tongues. And that they're not disabled. They're not autistic.